Hi everyone, and welcome back to episode 73 of the Bodcast. That was different.
That was.
I'm here, and Ian is here.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about Lego Friends. Lego Friends! Or is it Lego Friends? Is it actually? Oh, Lego Friends. Because if you haven't heard, if you've been living under a rock, or if you just don't care about Lego Friends, also possible, they are...
Is it possible not to like Lego Friends?
I think it is. I think many people do not like Lego
What?
Friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard that.
They are rebooting the theme, but not rebooting the theme, but maybe rebooting the theme. It's a soft reboot, it's a hard reboot, we just don't know.
They're progressing the theme.
Yeah. They've made it so that the main characters that we know and love have grown up and left the nests, maybe come back to the nest, maybe had some children, and there's now 8 new characters. Can you guess the 8 new character names?
Oh,
See
I
how
do
many you can
remember
get.
hearing them all, but no.
Can you not even get one?
Was there a Taylor?
No.
Or a Tyler?
No.
Or a, I don't know, Tiffany?
No. Do you want to...
Any beginning with T?
No.
Oh, was there an Aaliyah?
Yes, there was an Aaliyah. You got one.
There you go.
See if you can get another one. Believe in you.
Bartholomew.
Yes, there was a Bartholomew. No. Okay, well, can you guess the split girls versus boys in the new lineup?
Aren't the 3 boys?
3 boys, 5 girls, yes. Okay, so it seems like they are changing the theme to be more in line with that study they did that says they need more representation of boys as well as girls. They've changed things like the logo. So the last wave of sets didn't actually have the big Heart Friends logo.
No, they didn't.
So they'd already made some steps towards what they've done here, but this is very much changing it up.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. I mean, I feel 5 friends in a heart is a logo, whereas now it looked like they've just got 8 people.
Yes, so
There's no obvious...
Well, the logo is the friends word as opposed to the heart. So it's the same with like Lego Creator. That's the creator word. Lego Harry Potter is the HP. Or the Harry Potter. I feel like they do both at times.
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. It's not. Yeah, it's not that. So you think 8 is too many, don't you?
I don't know. So the good thing about there being 5 friends was that they could do those cubes where you could get an animal in one of 5 colours.
Right.
Doing that in 8 means there's a lot to collect, or they're not going to do it, kind of thing. It just seems too many.
That's not how the cubes worked, was it? I thought it was that there was a random coloured one in a cube. It's not like if you got a lead.
That's true. But there were 5 different colours.
Yeah. No.
Maybe that was just coincidence.
I think that was coincidence because it was a different animal in each person's cube. So that's how it worked. Do you want me to tell you the names of them? Well, let's see how many I get because I haven't got them written down in front of me. So
okay.
There was a Leah, there's a Leo, there's an Ollie, there's an Autumn. That's Mia's daughter. A Leanne, spelt funny. A Paisley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more.
Bartholomew.
There's no Bartholomew. I want to say a Zach, but I don't know. Who's the other girl? Nova. There's a Nova. Let's go see if I can find the other one. There is a Zach, see? Zach with only...
Okay, Leanne is spelt very odd, isn't it?
Yeah, I told you it was spelt funny. There you go. So I got all but one.
Yeah. Very American bunch of names.
Yeah. Well, because that's one of the biggest markets, surely.
Well, it's where they're targeting it.
Yeah. Their names.
Yeah.
So you think 8 is too many characters. I think... Well, so I've read a lot about this, and they're saying that by having 8, it means that they don't have to... It's not like one big cohort of friends. They're not all besties.
Yeah.
I think they all go to the international school together, so that's how they're sort of grouped. And you can have some who have storylines together and others aren't involved, and they've all got their own little friendships within that.
Right. Like it's not one big group of friends.
No. Well, they're all friends, but some are less friendly than other friends. And I mean, I think it's...
Are we just going to rename it to acquaintances?
I think Leo or maybe Zach and Aaliyah are cousins. So there's some other sort of relationships in there as well.
Okay.
But yeah, it's that's what they're going for. That they don't have to always have them all involved in everything, and that's kind of how friends work, isn't it?
Yeah.
You do have some, like having 5 best friends and you do everything together isn't all that realistic, I feel.
Nor most of the stuff that goes on in any of the Lego TV shows.
I mean, you may have a point. So they've hit quite a lot of things here. So they've got at least 4 skin tones there. Is that 4 skin tones? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Maybe
5. Maybe 5 skin tones. They've got a good mix of skin tones. They've got one who has a limb difference. And I'm going to say limb difference because that's how they write it.
Okay.
And that's something that I would never have used that terminology. But it's interesting because it's showing it's not a bad thing. It's not a disability. Her limbs are just different.
Yes. I don't know. A limb difference to me sounds like it's, they've got a leg where they should have had an arm.
Yeah. But it's trying to make it not seem like a bad thing to the person who has it, I feel like. Like I don't have something wrong with me. I'm just different. I don't know. It's a rewording that puts it in a more positive light.
Yes. I'm fairly confident most people with only one arm will tell you that they'd prefer to have 2 arms.
Oh, I wonder. Because it becomes part of them. Or not part of them. That's the worst.
Becomes part of their identity.
Yeah. So, like, would they change it? And there's on TikTok, there's a double amputee who is so much happier for being an amputee.
Yes.
Because when she had limbs, they caused her so many problems. So she can do a lot more now than she could before.
Yeah, yeah.
So she prefers to not have them.
Yes.
And they never found anything wrong with her legs. They couldn't work out what it was. It was just they were clearly causing her problems, but they didn't know what.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So anyway, she's got a limb difference. So that's, like, quite good. Paisley is very much shy.
You can tell that because the hair goes over the one eye, which is the classic way of showing that someone is shy.
Yeah, exactly. I think
or the weird singer.
Yeah. So there's anxiety on show. In the Brickset comments, they've called out a lot about there not being a specifically LGBTQT, LBGT, I'm never getting it in the right order, one. But everyone else then goes, oh, but Ollie's clearly that one. And
which is always the...
It's very presumptuous.
Yes.
And I think we're only just seeing them.
Yes.
So you can't go...
I mean, all we've got...
They're not going to put in their bios.
All we've got are pictures, aren't they? So
no, there's like little bios.
There are
about
little
them.
bios.
Yeah, so like Aaliyah is a friend that encourages you to be yourself. She loves school, horseback riding with her best friend, Autumn, and swimming. That sounds like she...
Her best friend is called swimming.
Autumn and swimming. Yeah, that's that didn't sound right, did it? Autumn is the friend that makes you feel brave. So they don't even mention her limb difference in her bio. Yeah. She loves the outdoors and doesn't.
So how do you know they refer to it as a limb difference?
Because I've read more of the press releases from like other places. I'm not going to let you read all of these.
No.
But we could go look at Ollie. It doesn't say Ollie's gay.
Yeah.
But everyone's assuming he is, which again is very presumptuous.
It is.
So there's none of that. Which
I think what they should do is everyone should look at them and rank the order of most likely to be gay, and then they should pick the one that gets the least votes.
What, to show that you cannot spot gayness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexuality is not determined by your personality,
or
even,
how you dress,
or any of these things. So.
Yep, that seems fair. I think that one can come from later on. But one thing that I think is definitely missing is they are all still saying the same body shape. There is no difference. They've not made a fat mini doll.
Yes.
Or a curvy mini doll. Like, there is nothing to differentiate that. And I think they're missing a trick there.
Do you say that they all go to an international school?
Yes. That's what it's called. The set is called International School.
Okay. Where you would expect a mixing of cultures, particularly in terms of religion, and I'm going to guess There's no mention of religion
because
anywhere.
it's Lego. Lego don't do religion.
Lego don't talk about religion. They like to ignore it and therefore ostracise people who are religious.
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
Yeah. So we can see more of the gender identity coming through the series and through the sets and the way they put the characters together.
Yeah.
Or in fact just allow the children to play their own way with them. But there is no representation of different body shapes. And that is something I would like to see.
Yes. But the problem they've got there is that the mini doll has to fit in the vehicles and all of these things, and so they struggle with that.
In reality, that's also something that people struggle with, but it is what it is. So, how do I feel about there being new friends? I feel like I care more about there being new friends. Like I'm more upset about the old ones going than maybe the girls are going to be. And I don't know if I'm upset because I worry that they'll be upset, but we've talked about it and they don't seem in any way bothered. And in fact, they said that during playtesting, the kids were so quick to move on. Yeah. And in fact, they've got some of the older the characters there in an older adult role, and the kids didn't want to play with those. They didn't seem bothered about playing with the adult Emma, even though it's or adult Mia, sorry, even though it's the character they know and love. Yeah, because they're already into these new ones. So I don't know if that means they're going to phase them out completely at some point, because there's just no need to keep them.
Don't know. But it's sad for all of the characters that never made it into a Lego set.
From the shows. Meh.
Like,
I mean, they're not real people, they'll be okay.
Do you think?
I think they will, yeah.
Because Olivia's mum never made it into a set, did she?
Not that I'm aware.
Or they never had any policemen or women in Lego Friends.
Oh, okay. So, with them moving on from old to new, do we start getting some weird questions about, who's the dad of Autumn? So we know we've got Mia. Does this start making you question things in a weird way? I don't know. Should we care this much?
I don't know what you're asking about. It's confusing.
I know that Mia is her mum.
Right.
Who's the dad? Is it the boy from the series? Is it someone else?
Oh, you're saying did Mia and River end up together? Is what you're asking?
Well, do we care too much about the backstory here?
I think you do.
Do you think the kids will?
No.
And is this setting precedent for in another 10 years, those Lego characters that we've known and loved for the last 10 years are now going to be grandparents, and then are they going to die? And someone said, are they going to come back as a Monster Fighters type theme and just do the spooky bit? Because that's kind of missing in the Friends side. Although Nova, she's a big fan of sci-fi and spooky things. So they're hoping that will come in via that character. But
well, I mean, in Friends, they've had multiple episodes about monsters. They always turn out not to be monsters.
Right.
So
when you say in Friends, you mean Girls on a Mission?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
If they went with suddenly that ghosts are real, then that's quite a big change in how the world is.
But how are they going to keep Mia alive? Or, every time they change, they can't lose these...
She's only aged 10 years.
Well, okay, if she's only aged 10 years...
That's true.
Why does she already have a kid?
We don't know how old the kids are. They could be
this is the thing. So she's clearly not aged 10 years.
Right.
So this is the thing. Over the last 10 years, have they been aging a year at a time? Have they not been aging at all? And then suddenly with time skipping? There's too much to go on.
Yeah.
And should I just not care?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not as bad as House of the Dragon.
No, well, there was some comments in the Brickset things going, it's just a House of the Dragon time skip. And I was like, no, it's not as bad. Because at least they're changing the looks of the characters. That was the thing, the first few episodes of House of the Dragon. Oh, look, I look the same, but I'm actually 30 years older. It was kind of frustrating. Do you think that Olivia's character, that sort of girl really into STEM, is missing in the next one?
No idea.
No, you don't know, do you? Because
you have to go look through the things. Are there any... So they've all got little pictures, haven't they? So Ollie likes bells or something.
Okay, right. Let's not just look at the pictures. Let's read the words.
No, let's look at the pictures. Pictures are much better.
She likes horses and writing.
Yeah, Aaliyah's the creative, outdoorsy person.
So in answer, so they literally asked this to the creators of Friends, and they said, yes, we don't have one character, but Aaliyah covers some of it because she's academic.
Right.
She likes maths and science, so that's
Okay.
one element. Autumn, she's not the Olivia replacement.
No, she's quite clearly the Mia replacement.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
she's got the outdoor stuff.
She's a mini Mia.
The puking cloud.
Sorry, what's the puking cloud? That's a rain. Oh, it's puking a rainbow.
Yeah.
Stop looking at these weird pictures. Leo. Okay, Leo is the friend that always cares about you. He was a bit nervous when he moved to Heart Lake, but new friends made him feel welcomed. He loves cooking and football.
Okay.
Do you think he's the replacement for STEM?
No.
No. Well, they said he was, because cooking and gastronomy, they say, counts as STEM. And I was like, does it?
Well,
but I guess if you think
degree.
about it, all the weights and measures you need, you have to be quite precise. It's like doing an experiment.
Yeah.
So, actually, there is an element to it. And I would
But
never
they said
have
that
thought
Olivia.
about that.
But they said Olivia is the only one in the original Friends, whereas
Stephanie,
was the baker
Yeah.
and Emma.
Well, so the question was posed to them. Olivia was really into STEM. That was great. Where's the replacement for that? We don't see it. So it's not that they said there wasn't, but
Right.
I would never have thought cooking and gastronomy, are those not the same thing? I guess gastronomy is the study of food,
Yes.
whereas cooking is the act of making food. But yeah, I wouldn't have put that. But then I can see it.
Yeah.
It's tenuous.
If you were going, here's a group of people, here's activities, we now need to make up something about STEM, I could see you picking him. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So if a child at school wants to do home economics, does that count as in STEM? Is it viewed by the government as they're doing something in STEM? I don't know. So Leanne makes you laugh. She loves doodling, painting and comic books. Her optimistic enthusiasm can get her into a mess, but she is quick to apologise. So she is quite clearly Emma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she even looks a bit like Emma. Nova. So Nova is the friend that introduces you to new things. She is a popular live streamer and loves spending time with her dog, Pickle. Nova is a thoughtful person. I mean, she likes engineering and tech and building things is what they said. But that's not
what her bio says.
at all, no.
But she does seem to have something that looks maybe a bit like a Space Invader. So.
Well, that looks like the Android logo. Ollie makes things happen. His willingness to help can turn into meddling in his friend's interests. But Ollie means well and simply sees the potential in everything. I don't really know what else his interests are.
Is that a clapperboard? So.
Oh yeah, maybe the theatre.
Yeah.
They did seem to pick up on the fact that there's quite a lot of non-positive parts to their personality. But then I guess that allows children to resolve conflict and stuff and have things that they work through. Paisley is a friend that will always listen to you. She loves music and she has an amazing voice. She's pretty shy though, and she's very anxious about singing in public. She's very singy. You can see that.
Yeah.
Zach is the friend that inspires you to be your best. He is that kid that can be good at anything or everything. Loves anime, martial arts and gaming with Nova. He's got a robot, so maybe he's a bit STEMmy. But he's not a girl.
No.
So I guess, Leo is discounted because he's not a girl in STEM. Because he's not a girl. So, and that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We did them all. So they're trying to cover the STEM angle. But it's tenuous.
They did in their answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Did they try and cover it when coming up with the
that's
characters?
the thing. Olivia was so hardcore, sciencey.
Yes.
And they always used to kind of mock her in Girls on a Mission until she came up with the right answer. So, and they're like, we don't understand what you're talking about. And was she the best portrayal of girls in STEM?
Probably.
Okay.
That's how most girls in STEM are treated, aren't they?
What? But no, should they be?
So you say, is it a realistic portrayal of how they are or how they should be?
Yeah. Well, is it showing it in the best light? Was it encouraging girls to go into STEM? Or was it just going, oh, you crazy geek girls, no one's going to like you?
I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. she was really inspiring. Like, you could see that she had a real passion and that she could create good things.
Yes.
So that was quite a nice element. But the fact that people didn't show a very good respect, I guess, that's a bad thing. You kind of want to show both. But then I guess maybe in the end she always came good. So that's kind of what they're showing. Where are people in shops going to put these sets? So now they're no longer girls' sets. No, that's with the little inverted commas.
So I don't really see Lego in shops being split into boys and girls. They normally have a Lego section.
I don't think that's true. So if you go to like TK Maxx, if they ever have Lego, they decide what Lego it is. Like, it annoys me that TK Maxx still has gendered shelving. The Entertainer, they do.
They just have a Lego section.
Yeah. But like if you go to the Lego store, you've got the Duplo, you've got the girly stuff, so Disney and Friends, and then like they're quite clearly with girly stuff.
Yes. Well, so it still makes sense for these to go with Disney Princess because they're the mini doll ranges.
But should they also be next to City? Because it's Heart Lake City. City.
Yeah.
City.
So we're saying they should be between Disney Princess and Lego City.
They should be somewhere where boys are going to see them and not go, oh, that's the girls' sets, that's the girls' section, and walk away from it.
I mean, I'm trying to think what they're next to in Lego. As you say, you've got Duplo, Disney Princess, Friends. What comes next?
I don't know. Monkey Kid's the other side.
Could be cities along there.
Might well be. So maybe they're already okay.
Yeah.
But I think like other retailers like Sainsbury's, I think you'll get they'll have like the boy Lego and then the girl Lego on a different part of the aisle. Like
I don't know. Tesco, they just seem to have Lego randomly distributed throughout the entire floor.
It was a crazy Tesco's. Yeah, I guess they just need to put them all together. But they're still going to put them in the Friends bits and these bits because they group the themes. So I guess not much you can do.
Have we seen what the boxes are going to look like?
Yeah, they're they're teal and purple as opposed to like dark purple, like this kind of colour scheme, as opposed to the sort of pinky.
Yeah, they're kind of
pinkily purple, and they're going to be
quite a dark purple.
Yeah, that's the advent calendar we're looking at. But it's more teal. And they are not going to have the squishy corners.
Right, okay.
They're going to be like proper boxes.
Okay. We never really understood that.
No, I don't really understand why they did that.
No.
How do you think people who have already bought Christmas presents for this year and have bought Friends sets are going to feel when literally just after Christmas all of those characters that they've just got their kid invested in are gone?
Yeah, that's always a difficult one. The question's going to be, our girls will still probably watch Girls on a Mission on YouTube.
They haven't watched that for a while though, because it stopped.
So often it comes up.
They wanted, okay.
They want to watch it, so I think they'll still be doing that and still playing with the older sets, whether they play with the new sets as well and the new characters. I mean, is there a TV series for the new?
Yes, so that comes out maybe January, February time.
Right.
And I'm not sure whether that's on YouTube or somewhere else. I think us as adults, knowing that Mia is Autumn's mum, I'm going to find it weird for her to play with young Mia and Autumn.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, you can't play with like your parents when they're that age. I don't know, it's weird. But the point of Lego is you can play with it however you like. So you just got to get over this.
I think that's just a you thing.
I'm sure it's just, it's not going to be a kid thing, it's going to be a me thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm invested in the stories. I invest far too heavily in non-real people. That's why I want to know, who's the daddy? Who do you think it is?
Could be River.
River left, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've not seen much of the final series.
So the final series, he goes to do the fair with the travelling people. And he's gone.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if he comes back. Sad.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be Ethan.
What? But that's Emma's.
I know. Think of the scandal.
So there's Ethan and there's River. Does Do any of the others have a love interest?
So
I mean, you've watched Lego Friends more than I have, even though I'm more invested.
There's an episode where they basically go to a school dance.
Yes.
And so you've got Mia and River, Emma and Ethan, Stephanie and the gamer in the wheelchair.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I can't remember his name.
I think he was in a set though.
Yeah, you got Andrea and JD.
The pop star.
Yeah. And then Olivia and her lab partner.
Right.
So it didn't, her lab partner's not a major character.
Yeah.
He might have been in a couple of other episodes.
You don't mean Zobo, right? The
no,
robot. Okay,
no.
Just checking.
JD's in there quite a lot, but he's not obviously with Andrea.
Yeah, they're just hanging out as friends.
And who was the other one that I said?
The boy in the wheelchair.
The boy in the wheelchair. So it is definitely, whether it's implied that they are dating, I don't know. But he's not in a lot of episodes.
Right.
So
fair enough.
Looking at the sets, some people are talking about.
Oh yeah, let's look at the sets. Well, let's not look at the sets, but carry on.
So some people are saying that they've moved away from the bright, garish colours.
No, they haven't.
Which I didn't think they had.
No, I think all the press releases say that they're moving away from the pastel colours and replacing them more with the bright. So if you think of the main street, how bright that was, and the surfer beachfront as well.
Yeah.
So they're sort of not meant to be doing the pastel, so that annoying this medium lavender. But I thought personally the sets weren't all that bright. Are they already on here?
They seem to have a lot of white in them, I thought. Like white with them bright windows or something.
So you've got Paisley's house, which is quite clearly a 4+.
Ugly.
Yeah, and that's like a pastel yellowish, and I don't like Paisley's house.
No.
I'm not a fan. Then you've got and the other people in Paisley's house are Ella and Jonathan. So we'll assume that Jonathan is her dad and Ella's her little sister.
Okay.
Then you've got the doggy daycare, again, like the pale yellow.
That's not as bad as the house.
No, because it's slightly brighter. But I don't like this. Apart from the fact
that looks a paler yellow.
Yeah, that's a paler yellow.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this set that much. Apart from the dog with the wheels, that is quite cute. And that's got.
Is that wheel actually going to turn, or is it a fixed wheel?
Oh, it looks like a fixed wheel to me.
Okay.
People are asking whether the end of Autumn's limb is compatible with the bars, and whether you can then start adding studs and things on to give her like all kind of attachments. I don't know. I'm not sure whether they consider it. So I don't like the first two sets. The Heart Lake Downtown Diner, hate it. Like that coral with the red and the teal. That's just like we've gone for so many colours that don't really go together. Kind of like the taco truck that we were looking at.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Not.
It's got a guy with blue hair called Charlie.
Yeah.
Autumn's house, absolutely love this one. 100%.
That looks like a nice house. So is that a light aqua?
Light aqua at the top, maybe white at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, love this one. Absolutely, definitely getting this one. And that comes with Autumn, Aaliyah.
It's got a nice
Leo and
smoke
Mia.
cloud coming out the chimney.
Oh yeah.
Are they wings? Is that what they're referred to as?
Oh, they're from the. Oh, I don't know what they're from.
Well, they're in Heavenly Realms, aren't they?
That's what I thought.
But that's a really nice set, and I think the colours work well on that. There's no jarring
they
colours.
Go together. So that's 1 out of 4 so far.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Heart Lake International School, and that's mainly white with lots of bright colours. So this one is the one that most seems in keeping with like the main street that we've already had. And I'm fine with this one.
Yeah, no, I think that one looks quite nice.
Because you've got all the colours together, so it looks rainbow.
And got the rainbow steps.
Yeah, I love the rainbow steps. And annoyingly, this is the only one that doesn't list the character name, so I want to know who the person in like the purple dress. I'm going to guess it's the teacher, maybe. There's no name.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one's fine. So 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Which isn't overly successful.
No.
But then there's always sets from the Friends lines that I don't care about.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really into animals, so I don't really care about the doggy daycare.
Really awful stables.
You hated the stables.
Oh, the colours in that were horrific.
Yeah. But they don't think that that's the full wave for January, so there will be more coming. Right. So we'll get to see more.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see whether they do something like the cubes or something to introduce people to the characters almost.
Yeah, the cubes they're all right. They're kind of Polly Pocket-y.
Yeah.
They're expensive for what they are though. And I don't know how playable they really are.
No.
I don't know.
But as I said, they introduce you to the characters a little bit. They're an interesting thing to do, and they're an easy thing to like get someone as a small present. Obviously, the fact that these released after Christmas, that's almost irrelevant.
It's fine. And well, they're still birthdays. They were saying like, are they going to have their thing? So like, they had their own colours. The other 5. So you always knew if you got a Mia set, the colour scheme would be this. Yes. And if you got a Stephanie set, it would be that.
They each had a pet.
Yeah. And they said they're moving away from doing that with these 8 because what you like when you're 10, you don't like when you're 12. You don't like when you're 14. Like, you can change as a person. So having it fixed forever just seemed stupid. And they said it got to the point where they were trying to design sets that they wanted to break away from the colours, but they didn't feel like they could because that was the colours.
But that doesn't make sense as an argument though, because throughout the entire TV series they're the same age. In all of the Lego sets they're the same age. So as you get older, things change. They didn't get older.
So what you're saying is they didn't age, and we have just time skipped. It's not that we've watched them grow. But then that's what they said. They're like, we've watched them grow. Now they're going off to do the thing that they've been dreaming of doing. I don't think we watched them grow much. I think that last wave they tried to sort of up them a bit. But yeah, I don't know. They are obviously all going to have their own interests and stuff, but there's no... we're going to make sure that every set with them in has this thing. The Friends each had their own symbol. Yeah, so specifically, Andrea had the music note. Yeah. Mia had a star, lightning bolt or something. Yeah, I can't remember. Which is how they knew that Mia was here, because she's wearing a lightning bolt around her neck, apparently. Right. Yeah. Emma's was the paintbrush. I thought Emma's was cheese. No. She's a big fan of cheese. She was a big fan of cheese. So they had that signature interest. Yeah. Are they going to go down that same route, or? I think that's what they're saying. No. That they can do what they like. Sort of open book. Yeah. Brand new page. Do what they want. It's exciting, but for nostalgia reasons, I'm a little bit sad about those other characters. And I really enjoyed Girls on a Mission. So the new one is going to be mini doll drawing, like animation. It's not. Right, okay. Because that's the thing, Girls on a Mission wasn't. They didn't look like mini dolls at all. No. And I really enjoyed that. So, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it's just a little bit of change. Yeah. We can cope with it. There's just been a lot of change recently. It hasn't. Sorry, what? We are on our 3rd Prime Minister for the year. That's true. Our 2nd monarch. That doesn't normally happen. That's true. We're just getting through all of this stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot, Ian. All of that is true at time of recording. We could have a new Prime Minister and monarch by the time this goes live. No, stop it. No, bad. There's 2 days between us recording this and it going live. If we have another new Prime Minister, I'm going to be very cross with you, because it will clearly be your fault for saying that. Right, so to conclude... Don't think about the backstory, it gets weird. Don't expect them to die and come back from the dead. That's also weird. It's exciting. More inclusivity and more representation is a good thing. Yep. We still want to see a fat person. Yep. Is that us done? I would still like to see religion acknowledged. The fact that kids can have religion, despite what Lego think. Yeah. Kids can be religious. Kids can mix with people of other religions. It's a shocking idea, but they can. They can learn about stuff. No, that's not what they want to teach. So, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so if you've got any opinions on the upcoming Friends reboot, or progression, we call it a progression, aren't we? Progression, yeah. and what you think of the new sets. Let us know in the comments below. If you want to listen to previous episodes of the podcast, you can find the link in the description or show notes. And have a great week, everybody, and we'll be back next week. Bye.
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 Bye.